Simpers and Stoners? It's Miana DK checking in once again, and I'm here with another 60 Days in review. Now, before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And go ahead and like this video if you like it, okay? Don't just go liking it because I told you to. I would like for you to like it if you like it, okay? Comment if you have anything to say. If I missed a few things, if I didn't touch on a few things, go ahead and comment, let me know, and we can go ahead and discuss it down below. Okay, now that we are ready to go, I understand that I am a week late. I understand. I didn't drop a review last week. There was a lot going on personally, and I had to prioritize self-care. But I am definitely dropping the video from last week right now. And it's going to be a double upload day because I also am going to watch the episode that aired last night. I didn't want to watch it before I did the review because I didn't want my initial perception tainted. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and meet the new people. Okay, so there are 4 new people, and then Tony, so 5 in total. 2 new guys, 2 new girls, and it seems like it's gonna be interesting just from what I've seen in this particular episode. Okay, so it starts out with them saying, talking about the last group that just left. And saying what their new focuses were and telling us the things that they did to improve the jail and to improve the process based on the feedback that they got from the last participants. So they bring in, like I said, 4 new people. There's Mark, who is a retired sergeant. There's Donovan, who is a narcotics detective. There's Heather, who is she runs a prison of some sort in Utah. And then there is what is her name? Vanessa. That's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to be wrong. There is Vanessa, who is a firefighter, and she has a lot of experience as a corrections officer. So you got 4 people. They're calling them special ops, which is super appropriate. I think it's cute. And then, you know, Tony is the team leader. So they start out with, you know, everyone introducing each other, and they jump into this room so Tony can like debrief them and let them know what they should be expecting. And he does, and he basically lets them know, like, look, this ain't no cakewalk. Hey, don't go in thinking that you pod boss, because that's all me. You can work your way into my circle though, so we can be closer while you're inside. He goes over all of their cover stories. Everybody seems pretty good. He is concerned about Mark, though. Mark, the retired sergeant, because Mark sort of has like a retired sergeant persona. You know, retired sergeants, like they kind of sit there with their hands crossed like this, you know, kind of like a little off-putting, which can kind of make you a target as well. So Tony is a little bit worried about Mark. Mark now feels disrespected about Tony. He feels underestimated, and now Tony think he better than everybody else. Classic Alex from last season. So we gonna see what happens with Mark, but he already doesn't have the right attitude to make it on the inside, in my opinion, because right now he's already focused on Tony. No one else had anything to say about anything other than themselves, but this guy had everything to say about someone else. That's a clear ringer for someone that's, you know, gonna have trouble. Okay, so they're going to start, you know, putting people into the facility, and they definitely want Tony to go first. Tony has decided, though, that he's going to push every limit. He's going to test everything. He's going to make sure that everything that the sheriff said that he did, he actually did. He's also going to test the guards, see what he can get away with. And he started off by trying to pick his own cell. And to see if they was going to let him do it. Seems as if Tony is going to spend this whole time seeing what he can get away with. To see if the things that the sheriff was saying are actually true, right? Okay. And so, but that's pretty much it for Tony, okay? I noticed Tony received a lot of backlash for that episode, and it's just crazy how they was just kissing Tony's ass last week, and then all of a sudden, after one episode, now all of a sudden they feeling different about him. It's okay, they did it to Dennis too. It's cool. So Tony goes in, he's like, I'm gonna do my thing. The next person that they bring in is Heather. Heather talks about how, listen, I'm a lesbian. I understand how that could be, it could be a good thing, honestly. Could be a bad thing. I don't know. But she's like, listen, I'm going to get this together. I'm going to take all of this information back home. This is going to be good for me and my facility. She seems like she has the right impression. She spoke about how she did 9 years of boxing and 2 years of MMA. She's like, I'm tough, I'm confident, I'm not afraid of anybody, taking advantage of me. And she's like, if a woman definitely wants to get close to me and it could be beneficial for what the sheriff wants, I'll use it to my advantage, but I'm not going to get caught up with anything. That's what she says. Okay, the next person that they bring in is Donovan, the detective. Donovan he was working for the same sheriff where they did the first 2 seasons of 60 Days In. I've been watching this from season 1. I love this show. So he said the sheriff definitely recommended him for the show, and he's excited, and I think he can get a lot done. I do. I think he can go in and be anybody that he wants to be. He can go in and be like a white nationalist. He can go in and be just like a regular biker guy. He can go in and do anything, he's used to being undercover. So I got high hopes for him. Super handsome. I got high hopes for him. Okay. On his way to jail though, they pull over and they're like, hey, so let me try to get you to take this key inside. They put the handcuff key like inside of his shoe, okay? And they're like, go ahead and sneak this in. See if you can sneak it in. And he's like, so if they find it, then what? Like, so now he's a little nervous, and he gets to intake and, yeah, they're doing 1,000% better in intake. I didn't mention that, but they're doing 1,000% better. Full pat downs, 100%. Everybody squats and coughs. Everybody gets a shower. So Tony is definitely noticing how much better intake is. Like, oh my God, y'all did that, So when Donovan goes to take his shower, of course they searched everything, and yes, they found the key. So we'll see in this next episode what happens to Donovan. But that was the one thing he was afraid of. Like, listen, I'm all for playing the game, but what if they find this and they try to stick me with a real charge? Then what, So we're going to see what happens this episode coming up. And I'm sure they're going to do more to introduce Vanessa as they do her intake. So I'll have more to say about her as well. Overall predictions is that this is going to be a great season. And I can't wait to watch this next episode. It's going to be a double upload day because, I didn't upload last week. So I'm going to upload now. And then I'm going to also upload after I watch the new episode. Okay? That's all I have for right now. I'm Miana DK, and I appreciate y'all for showing up. I appreciate y'all for watching me every week, those who do. I appreciate y'all for hitting that like button. And I'll see you next time. I love y'all, I swear. This is the ending of my video. Oh, thank y'all for watching.